So as soon as you both show back up again, she's just going to nod and then leave.
So that's how I can talk now?
Yes.
Like, as she knew?
Yes.
Yep.
Well, that was fucking weird.
What was that all about? Well, first of all, who was that?
Can't say. Didn't give me her name.
Okay. Right. What'd she want then?
Also not quite sure. To show me things? Question mark? It's...
At this point, your sister would have been standing on the bar. She would have known what happened. She is got a bundle in her hands that she would have collected while you're gone. She's going to hand them to you. And when you open the bundle, it is going to be a ring and a journal. She's going to look at you and go, all right, this came sooner than I had hoped. This is your grandmother's journal. Eventually, I think you might be able to learn what's in it. She wrote everything in cipher. I have not been able to crack it. Maybe you will. And this was your grandmother's ring. And I'll send you the ring eventually. There used to
the surprises keep coming.
There used to be
weird.
There used to be hundreds of brownies before the destruction 15 years ago. Now there is 4 of us. And the other 2 are on a special mission that will take probably the rest of their lives. I haven't told you a lot about our past, just because I don't want to lose you too. But I guess you're old enough to figure that out for yourself. And with that, her cat Tails is going to come up and pretty much just nod at you and then go back to where it was before. And then your sister's going to go about her business.
Well, yeah. It's just getting more and more confusing.
At this point, I think I've been initiated into a cult.
And as soon as you say that, the cat is going to appear floating in front of you in your mind. She's going to say, "You were told," and then she'll vanish.
That really freaked me out.
And by now, Lois would have had her lovely bath, and she'll be coming down the stairs and ask for her breakfast, and she's just gonna wolf it and go, where's Ned?
Who knows? He disappeared quite quickly last night. I haven't seen him this morning, and I've been up a while.
Oh, well, if he's like me, he hopefully slept like the dead last night. That was an entertaining
I think that's a very poor. I think that's a very poor turn of phrase.
Yeah, that's okay. I've known him for a bit, though. He'd laugh at it.
But yeah. So, are we off to try and get this room deciphered, or what? This is yeah. He's had a couple of cups of coffee. He's polished off his breakfast, and he's absolutely happy. Now he's full. So what we do, guys? We didn't reach consensus. For Alric here disappeared off.
Well, where'd you go?
That's a very good question.
I'd probably tell you if I knew. Very dark.
Yeah. All right. Well, one of them. As long as you're okay.
All in one piece.
All right. So, did you guys want me to come with you today, or did you want to venture out on your own?
I mean, do we know where we're going?
I don't know. Do you know where you're going?
That was more a question that was directed at the others, more than you. Well, we haven't really got a feel for the city, really. I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Nope. You've seen the theater. You've seen the middle of town. And you've seen this inn and the other inn. That's been about it.
Yeah, we went from the Red Chariot to the monument. Yep. Got frozen for 2 days. Then went from the monument to the amphitheatre.
Yep.
From the amphitheatre to the Fair and the Fiddle.
Correct.
So I totally have no idea where I am and where I need to go.
Lois, you have been in this town longer than we have. Do you know of anybody that may be able to help us with the any points at the sigil, the ring, to learn more about what that symbol is?
Nope. I really only have been an extra 2 days ahead of you guys because you were frozen. I have pretty much been from the monument where you guys were to here and back. Pretty much, yeah. We had the party at the fountain, so no. But Alric's from here, so he'd know where to go. The only thing I remember is what Chester told us. Our options were, I think he said something about a Boggy Bakehouse, to talk to a girl named Abigail, but other than that, I have no idea.
Bakehouse sounds like a good place to start.
Sounds like a plan.
I've always been curious what's in there. Past it, never actually gone in.
Yeah, at this point,
very weird front.
Yeah, Luca's gonna see that you guys are getting ready to go and stand up on the bar and go, well, you're off. Where are you headed?
To visit Abigail?
Oh.
Boggy Bakehouse.
Boggy Bakehouse, yes. That's the one.
Okay. Good luck with that. And she's just gonna
hang on.
She's gonna kind of laugh.
Whoa.
Why good luck?
Say that?
Oh, she's an eclectic one to get to know. Yeah.
Do you have
I've never met her. I've heard most people go there and they're a little turned off by her and usually don't go back, but I'm told her baking is just perfect.
Well, any excuse to have snacks. It's good, fine with me.
And Alric, you would know that Abigail's place is, most people don't go in there unless they have to go in there. But that her building has been there since Marzel was built.
All right.
Are we good to go?
Nothing can be as weird as what we've experienced so far in this city, so let's be off.
Sounds like a plan. You know you're in trouble when more weird things have happened than normal, I think.
At this
Anyway.
point, Luke is also going to look at Lois and go, I could use your help for a bit. Flute in the back in the garden needs a little bit extra help. And Lois is going to just look at you three and go, well, if you're going to the bakery, bring me back something. I don't think you need me for that.
Okay.
And Alric, you would know that the bakery is more on the eastern side of town, like just like an extra 20 minutes to the east of where the fountain was. So you're looking at about a 20-minute walk-ish. 25-minute, maybe half hour.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as Clark exits the inn, he is actually going to say, "Excuse me for a minute." And what Clark is going to do is he's going to fly straight up his 30 feet of movement to try to get the lay of the land, to see what he can see around the his immediate location.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it is it's morning, so it's actually a nice day, nice and bright and sunny. So as you fly up, you will get a fairly good top glimpse of Marzel. It's not a big place per se. It's spread out a little. It's not like your average city that's like cramped. Like you'd have a good 20 to 30 feet per building. So the alleyways are not as narrow as most cities, just because this one's Marzel is pretty much built on like an open field where it started. So it has, you can tell it's mostly Fey influence here more than like just your normal brick and mortar buildings. You will notice like the tree takes up a lot of the city. Most of the city is in its shadow now, but there is still quite a bit of daylight that comes through, mostly because it's a willow tree. From there, you will also see in the north area of the city where the amphitheater was, there's a lot of movement and a lot of hustle and bustle going around just outside the north gate where the amphitheater was.
All right. And so after seeing that, Clark was just curious because he's haven't been here, and so he's just gonna kind of fly down and land, and there seems to be a lot of activity near the amphitheater where we were. Oh, I think after we visit the bakery, we should maybe see if we can find out what's going on over there.
Yeah. I think we should go to the amphitheater, see how they're getting on, but I need to stretch my legs as well. So I'm up for a walk. Anybody else?
Of course.
Well, let's just take care of the bakery first, because I'm sure Lois will be very upset if we do not bring her back a pastry.
That sounds good to me.
And you do know the way, correct, Alric?
If memory serves, yeah.
Then lead the way.
I shall lead the way.
Alright, during your travels, it's still going to take you a bit to get there. You will see that the town is a little more guarded this morning than it was yesterday. You will notice instead of like 2 guards, now there's 4. So they've pretty much doubled the guard everywhere. For the most part, most of the guards are going to be centaurs, some satyrs. You're going to see the odd fawn. You will see quite a few. There's still quite a few like merchants and whatnot through the city at this time of the day. Most people are awake and all the shops are open. For you guys, you're more in the starting of the merchant quarter, heading up towards the like middle of town. It's most of the town is going to be housing merchant quarters, and then the north half is going to be like your more entertainment kind of town. So you're going to have more things to do up there if you're not just out buying stuff. When you hit the center of town heading towards the Boggy Bakehouse, you will see lots more extra guards also near the fountain. Most people are now slowly getting used to the fact that it's there. The water is still flowing. People are like, it's a nice spot to sit and enjoy the day. There will be like any merchants that have like a cart that they want to sell stuff from, so it's starting to be a good little hub of the city. And as you reach where Alric knows the Boggy Bakehouse is, there's nothing major going on the outside. It's your standard like big bay window, glass pane with some like pastries and stuff in the window. It's greenish in color. You'll see a tree slowly starting to poke its way out of the top of the structure. It's not that big. It's a nice single-story house, and on the front door, it's just like the image of a trail. Like almost you're gonna open the door and just like follow the trail. And it's a neat little building. Just one big sign that says the Boggy Bakery.
Clark's gonna walk up to the door and open the door and walk on in.
I will follow him, and I will take a deep breath.
As soon as
smell the way.
The first thing you notice when you guys go through the door is not just the smell, but that the fact that you find yourselves in the middle of a swamp. As soon as you close the door, the front of the store goes away, and you are in the middle of a nice foreboding swamp. You're shrouded in a nice eerie ambience that hints at the presence of something not malevolent, but an energy source. The air hangs heavy with dampness. You can really smell like decay and stagnant water. And as you walk, the path in front of you is just going to start to glow as you walk through. The surroundings are like really, really gnarled trees, skeletal branches. It's almost like the trees are starting to like reach out and touch your hair, so you feel that almost like cobwebs as you walk through. Lots of moss, lots of tangled vines, lots of like vegetation, water everywhere. The ground beneath you is a little slippery, so you have to be careful of where you go. So there's lots of like mud and mire. Occasionally, the silence in there is broken by like croaking creatures, just like a couple ravens or crows in the air. And as you venture deeper into the heart of the swamp, you stumble upon the lair of Abigail Arcane, the Hag of Marzel. As you keep walking, you will notice a very, very old, debilitated shack on stilts in the middle of the swamp. I'm going to stick it in Discord for you. So it kind of looks like that. So as you get closer and closer to the building, you're going to hear someone inside. You're going to, as soon as you get close, you're going to be able to, the smells are getting a little more stagnant here. But you do hear someone inside stirring something. And you hear, well, don't stand out there all day. Come in. Come in. And I need perception checks from everybody too, please.
Clark ain't gonna see anything.
Nope. What's your passive?
Good question. My passive is about 10.
Okay. What did everybody else get for perception checks?
A nice 17.
Ooh.
Yeah, 9, 10. Did it roll it 3 times? I think mine wasn't great. So it doesn't come up on the game log, which is really annoying.
Yeah, that's
something weird.
That's fine. I see you have a 19.
Okay.
So you two, right across from where the entrance is in the swamp itself, you see this guy walking around. He's going to look at both of you guys and then just crawl underneath the water as you walk into the building.
Oh, okay. Okay. I can see why people don't want to visit here, to be fair.
So as soon as you walk through the building, your senses are completely changed. You see in front of you, and I have a picture of her too. You see Abigail Arcane the Hag, kneading dough in front of a cauldron. As soon as you walk through the door, you can tell this is a bakery. There's bread on shelves, pastries on shelves. The inside, as soon as you close the door, everything outside just completely fades away to nothing. And you are fully in her bakery finally, in the boggy bakehouse. And she's going to look at you guys and go, well, hi. Hello, my pretties. What can old Abby do for you today? I don't get many visitors around here that often.
Clark's gonna look over his shoulder and say, I can see why.
Oh, yes. The pathway sometimes does scare people away, but it is worth it in the end.
Why would you have a bug in your... Well, why? You...
I can tell you're new here, dearie. Let's just say I'm trying to put the wild back in the Feywild.
Now he's looking even more confused. Anyway, we have come for 2 things. We have one to buy some baked goods. My first question is, do you recommend?
Most things are good here. Are you looking for something to last the day, the week, the month?
Probably, let's say the week.
Well, most things here last quite a while. I do have a few things that could work. Is it just for you, or are there more of you?
I will. There's someone else who asked some baked goods.
I think my friend here will require his own stash, shall we say.
I was thinking that too. You're almost as big as my husband is outside. But you probably don't eat as much as him, even. But let me make something here for you. Who by chance told you to come here? She's just gonna start making like homemade, brand new in front of you instead of giving you something off the shelf.
I will look at the others.
Oh, we were pointed here by a Tantalin.
Oh, how is she doing? I heard she had a little bit of trouble last night.
That's one way to put it.
Oh, I say we all had a little trouble last night.
Yes, I thought I could smell something weird on you three. Well, that's okay. You came out of it all right, I can tell. Who else was there with you?
It was us and our friend Ned, who seems to be being a little lazy today.
Well, that can happen from time to time when you come across something you don't understand. And she's going to look at Kargath and go, I smell something wrong on you. What is it?
What do you mean by wrong? Would be my question.
Not of this world. Not of this dimension. Not of this realm.
Okay. Perhaps this was the second thing I wanted to ask you about. And I will pull out the stone. Is this what you're referring to?
And you are just touching it with your hands. Can you please put that on the table?
Will I get it back?
Yes.
I will do that and put it on the table.
She's just going to leave it there for a minute and go back to her bread while she thinks. Okay. I have theories. I don't like any of them. But while I think on this, where else are you guys going?
We haven't made any plans to go anywhere else yet.
Oh, no. Didn't Tandrin mention that she wanted us to go to Moonkeep?
She would want you to go there. Well, that's for her, I guess. She does like to meddle. But I guess you guys need some answers. No, that's fine. It's just... That's fine. I thought she'd want to take care of this personally, but I noticed she has other things to do. And she's gonna have like 2 or 3 loaves of bread ready, and you could see that she's putting a bunch of like dried fruit and nuts in them and sticking them in the oven. This won't take too long to bake. So, were you the ones who got stuck to the monument for 2 days? I don't venture out a lot, but I did hear about it.
I was going to say, word gets around.
I also felt it from here.
Yeah, we were. And things haven't quite been the same since. Have they?
That's putting it mildly.
That's for sure.
Yes, well, my husband also says that he can feel other things going on in the rest of this place that we call home. Well, now, I think I will leave it for now in Lady Tangent's hands. She doesn't like it when I meddle in her things either. Oh, bread's ready. And like almost instantly the bread is done. She's going to give you 3 lovely large loaves. She's going to go behind the counter where she's at. She's going to come out with a nice small satchel for you. I take it you have a token to give me from the Lady Tendrin for all this stuff.
And Clark pulls up the token he's given and hands it to her.
Thank you. So she's going to give you a small bag, and inside is going to fit all the food she gives you. So it is basically a preservation bag. Anything that you put inside of it stays good. As long as you leave it in there, it will not rot, it will not go bad, it'll stay nice and fresh. It'll hold a good 10 to 15 pounds worth of food, and food only. And this is what she's going to tell you, so it's basically like a small mini fridge for you.
Right.
I've put a few other fun things in there for you too, just in case. I have a feeling you might need them.
Well, are you going to tell us about that? I say, pointing to the room.
That. I need to think on that. I've never seen the symbol before. I've smelled its kind before, but that has been a long time ago. I need to think. I need to talk to my husband, and we might need to investigate this ourselves our own way. But for now, I would do as the Lady Tandrin asks, and if I find anything out, I will let her know. I do not want to step on her toes again. Or her wings, I should say.
Are you going to let us know? I will.
She will let you know, yes.
I will point to the stone and say, you done with that?
Please wrap it up in something and don't touch it with your bare hands for too long.
May I ask why?
It might take control of you. The less contact you have, the better.
Okay.
Clark's gonna look at Abby and ask, do you happen to be from the Feywild?
Well, yes. How could you tell?
What court do you happen to be a member of?
Oh, I don't deal with them. They don't deal with me. I'm more of a independent contractor.
I understand.
Mm-hmm.
But nowadays here, there really isn't the courts anymore. Most of the Fae here have lost their, let's say, sense of direction. I'm trying to help them find it again.
Mm.
Oh, by the way, do you happen to have, or make, I should say, any of those nice little sticky buns that I have seen around?
Would you like them with honey or syrup?
It is for a friend which I believe prefers the honey.
Honey buns. And if you notice in front of her, she's going to just make a small little gesture. And she's going to say, "Look behind you." And as you turn around is a bag of about 24 of them, just floating in front of you.
Clark takes his wing and snags it.
They're one of my favorite too.
So, how long will it take you to investigate this ring? Do you know?
Off the top of my head, I will have to talk to my husband first. He will be the one who actually does the investigating. I don't leave much. He has the ability to search far and wider than me. But he doesn't like to talk much.
I'm sure you will communicate once you have learned what you can.
As best I can, yes.
Clark takes the bag of honey buns and says, "My friend thanks you."
You are
And
welcome.
He's going to turn around and start walking towards the door.
Okay.
I will take the tail of my shirt, pick up the stone, and drop it in my pocket.
Okay. And you'll notice as soon as you guys go back outside the door, you're back in Marzell.
We can see why people don't want to visit the place.
And with that, we'll go for break.
Ooh.
Okay.
Dun dun dun.